Transform Again command in Adobe Illustrator allows you to repeat the last transformation that you have done. It's a very powerful and flexible command. Before we have a look at it, let's review what transformation actually means in Illustrator. Under the Object menu, we have Transform. And here we can see the 5 different types of transformation: Move, Rotate, Reflect, Scale, and Shear. As well as these, we have Transform Again, with the useful shortcut Control-D or Command-D on a Macintosh. On the toolbar, we also have transformation tools here. If we want to move an object, we simply use the Selection tool. Here we have the Rotate tool, and by clicking and holding on this tool, we bring up the Reflect tool. Next to this, we have the Scale tool, and by clicking and holding on the Scale tool, we bring up the Shear tool. Let's have a look at a couple of examples of using Transform Again. Firstly, you can use Transform Again to transform an object very gradually. So for example, Object Transform Rotate, and we can enter a small increment, let's say 5 degrees. Here we have an option that shows us a preview of what this transformation will do. When we click OK, the transformation is applied. We can then choose Transform Again or type Control-D, Command-D to continue repeating the transformation. Let's just undo those transformations using Control or Command-Z. This gradual transformation technique is very good for tweaking objects. So for example, let's zoom right in. And now let's rotate by an even smaller increment. Object Transform Rotate. And this time we'll choose 0.125. We click OK, and then use Control-D to continually apply that very small amount of transformation. Again, let's undo using Control-Z. As well as transforming the original object, you can also create a transformed copy of the object using this same command. For example, Object Transform Move, and let's move the object in the vertical plane by -30. Just to remind you that the origin of the page in Illustrator is the bottom left. So to move an object down, you need a negative amount. We can update the preview, but instead of clicking OK, we now click on Copy. Now when we transform again, we get a third copy offset by exactly the same amount as before. And we can do this with Rotate. Let's select all of the objects, Object Transform Rotate, and let's use an amount of 60. We click on Copy. We get a transformed copy of the original, and then we can use Object Transform, Transform Again.
The Mac Resource Introduction to Illustrator takes place in London. For more information, call us free on 0800 1950 502 or visit our website www.macresource.co.uk.